Hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for jumping on our webinar today. Um, just a few housekeeping things before we get started. If you will locate the handout section of your webinar viewer, there is a handout there with the spec sheet for the Patriot series. And if you have any questions throughout the time that we're together, just shoot those over through the chat window and we will make sure that we get those answered. If not during the webinar, just at the very end. So please make sure you get those to us. And with that said, I will turn it over to Blake and Derek.
So hi guys, this is Blake Vincent. For those that I haven't had the pleasure to meet, one of the partners here at Principal LED. We also have in the room my brother Brian, and then Derek Hopper, which is one of our engineers. We will probably, I figure this will take about roughly 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the number of questions at the end, but we are really excited to launch our first American-made module series called the Patriot series. So we're going to go through all the kind of the details of the product, and then so for any sign companies that are on this call, because we have a combination, we'll have distributors and some sales team, and then obviously sign companies. Pricing has already gone out to all the distributors, and they will be able to start placing orders for this product late next week. So they'll start filling their shelves, and you guys will be able to start ordering immediately after that. So let's go ahead and move on to the first slide, Lauren. First of all, kind of talk about, give you a little bit of background on this, our manufacturing process. About 18 months ago, we started looking at how to diversify our supply chain, and we decided to make a big capital investment into automation, robotics, and being able to actually start making LED modules in the US. And we actually started that process even pre-tariff, before we started seeing tariffs come from the Pacific Rim. And so this has been an 18-month process as we've gone through this, and we're really excited to bring the first USA made product, 100% USA made product to our customers.
Yeah, just a point. We are manufacturing currently about 80% of our Street Fighter products, of our Street Fighter Standard, middleweight, and heavyweight. So those products are already being made here, and we are doing specialty color temperatures of certain quick mods as well. But this Patriot series is, as Blake said, 100% manufactured at our facility here in Texas.
And I don't want to, before we kind of get into the details of the Patriot, I want to emphasize the fact that this is not a new family that is replacing any of our existing products. The Quick Mod series, Street Fighter series have been great products for us in the past. The Quick Mod is still has been, it's a 12-volt system that's been our workhorse line. As many of y'all know, it's not going anywhere. This is just another arrow in y'all's quiver, and there's obviously some need and opportunity for 24-volt modules out there. So that's what we're going to talk to. So let's kind of go through the details. So on the third slide here, or go back one real quick, Lauren. So yeah, so I want to talk about real quick. There's been some questions about inventory and supply of products during this uncertain times right now. Hopefully y'all have seen some of our newsletter that went out recently, and our partners, our manufacturers rep partners, the Yorston Group, recently also put out a webinar and a YouTube video of us talking about that. Hopefully you'll get to see that here in the near future. But we're in a great inventory position. We carry a lot here, and as do our excellent network of distributors that are out there. They're fully stocked on all of our products. So getting y'all finished goods and even our assembled products like our sticks, that we're not in any back order position right now. So we're in a good shape. And so and I also want to say one thing. I mean, I know there's a lot of, this is a very uncertain and difficult time right now, guys, and our hearts go out to anybody that is dealing with you know, any sickness or illness, and you know, obviously it's impacting people's, in some cases, people's jobs and positions, and but at the end of the day, we do live in the best country out there that you work hard and you can become whatever you want to. So we're going to weather through this. We all are. We're going to get through this, and we're going to become stronger as we come out the other end of this thing. So we're here to support you guys, and but we are praying for everybody and wish everybody the best of luck. So we'll talk about a little bit of the features. You see the module in the upper left-hand corner of this. That is the module. That is the look of the module for all four of the options. So as you look at there's four options when it comes to this 24-volt module. There's what's called the Patriot Small, the Patriot Medium, the Large, and the Extra Large. We'll come back to those product options, but I'll kind of go over for some of the basic features at the top of the page. It is our first 24-volt module system that we've ever launched. So some of the benefits of 24-volt, maybe some of y'all know this, maybe you don't, but it does help give you some longer run footages, especially in your larger signs. So for example, with our small, you can run up to 96 feet on a 24-volt 96-watt driver. Okay. Like we said, this is 100% made in the USA, and the only product that's out there on the market today that's made 100% in the USA, and it's made in our Texas facility here. Across the four options, the outputs are going to range from 120 to 240 lumens a foot. What we call smart packaging, and for those people that may be new, we always do what we call this smart packaging. What it means is it's one bag of LED product matches up with one driver. So when your folks are pulling things in the shop, they don't have to think or count modules. They can grab one bag and one 96-watt driver and know that all that product can be run off of that one driver. One of the features that we've kept consistent across like our Quick Mod family now into our Patriot series is the quick release tabs. What that means is there is a release liner on the back of every module, and on that that release liner slightly hangs over the VHB tape, which allows you to quickly peel that and stick it to speed up installation time. So there's no digging at the corners, picking at it, and that's something that we really developed and released out a long time ago. You might see some of our competitors doing that now, but it's been consistent across a lot of our modules for years. One of the key features to this is an integrated aluminum PCB heat sink. That's also consistent with our Quick Mod series. That allows for the best level of heat dissipation, and there's differences in quality of boards out there, from FR4 boards to aluminum boards. We use the best quality aluminum to make sure that we're creating the best quality and getting the best life expectancy of the product. One other thing that's new that was not on any of our previous module series is the printed information directly on the back of the release liner. We're going to show a photo of that here in a minute, but that makes it really easy to identify the product. And it's not only on the release liner. If you were to peel up the tape on the back of the module, there is also a printed date code is there, so we can easily identify which series it is and when it was manufactured, if necessary. A couple of real quick things on the wiring details. It's just white is your positive and gray wire is your negative. Okay. And one thing that you'll be able to easily identify this product in the bags as well is there's a big green American. We've got this logo, the big green American flag on the actual packaging and the box itself. So it's going to really make it real easy to identify for your folks pulling things in the shop. So we'll go through the quick product options of this. There's what's called, we'll start with the small. The small is, and you'll see in it when we get to another slide, there's going to be a density guideline chart. We'll talk about what are the right depths to use these products at and how they should be spaced. But the small is, I wouldn't say more niche, but as you get into, you don't sell a lot of standard channel letter sets range from 3 to 6 inches in depth. The Patriot Small is going to be used for those sizes under that 3 inches and under depth. But it's 120. You can see the efficacy there. It's 120 lumens per watt. Intensity is 48 lumens a module, or 120 lumens a foot. And you can see your power specs. And then one thing I want to point out on max mods in series, this is on a 96 watt driver. You have 240 mods. Okay, so that's what a smart package is. It's 240 modules in a bag, but those bags are broken up into 4 60 module segments. So when you'll open up, there'll be like 4 sets of 60 modules that you'll run 60 modules back to a power supply at a time, or you'll middle tap those with 2 different sets of them.
So just a point on that. So that where they're broken down like that, 60 modules, again, as Blake said, is the max mods in series that you can run. So when you pull one, so you got a smart package with 240 modules. When you pull one set out, which is 60 of them connected, that's how many you can do in a row without having any significant light loss from the first module to the last. So what that allows you to do is know intuitively as you're working in the shop. We always say we exist to simplify the lives of our customers, and we gave a lot of thought to making this as simple as possible and as intuitive to use for our sign partners and for the guys in the shop.
So, and you can see and then going to the right hand side of this chart, you can see the part numbers and the UL part numbers as well as the ordering part numbers. As we go to the next level up, and I say next level up, that just means the brightness. We'll go to the Patriot medium. The medium and the large, I feel like, will be our 2 workhorse. That's very common with our Quick Mod series as well. The Quick Mod 2 and 3 are the 2 go-to products for most sign companies putting these in channel letters. So I think that'll be the same case here with the medium and the large. So the medium is 160 lumens a foot, and you can run 120 mods. That's how many come in a smart package there. So there would be 3 40-foot. I'm sorry, Brian's right. My bad. 2 60-foot or 60 mod sections in that smart package. Okay. And then the large steps up to another level of brightness at 200 lumens a foot, and so forth, so on. So you can see the max mods in series there. And then the extra large is the brightest. It is 144 lumens a mod or 240 lumens a foot. Okay. And then all come in smart packaging as well.
One quick note, when you look at the module up in your upper left-hand portion of your screen, all 4 of these items, they use a very specialized type of LED. So one thing you'll notice is all 4 of these items look the same from the front. We're about to show you what the back looks like, so it's easy to identify, but all of these products are built on the same platform. And which is nice from our manufacturing standpoints, but it's nice from a user standpoint, because now you're used to handling and working with one size module, one product that you can use across a whole array of different size and styles of single-sided cabinets and channel letters.
Perfect. So this is more what your spec sheet will look like. Those will be online. Are they already online? Laura?
Yeah, they're included as a handout on this webinar, and they will be up on our website this afternoon.
Okay, so this uses our same optic lens that we use on Quick Mod. It is a ultra wide dome bat wing. It's 170-degree optic. Again, all the proper certifications. You'll find these products in the SAM manual, but they're UL, CUL recognized, and CE and ROHS compliant. CCT, I want to talk about color temperature. The standard color temperature and what we're manufacturing will have in stock to sell on the 6th of April when our distributors start placing orders is the 6500K. All right. The beautiful thing about us being able to do this manufacturing here is we keep now all the raw components here. So the boards, the lenses, the SMD chips, and those SMD chips come on big reels before we put them onto the circuit board. So we carry all different color temperatures in roughly 500 increments, anywhere from four,
2,700.
all the way down to 2,700 up to the 7,000 range.
6,500.
Okay,
we top at 6,500.
I was top at 6,500. So that's the highest part of the color spectrum, but all the way down to 2,700 and 500 Kelvin increments. So kind of give you an idea on that. If you had a customer for a program or whatever that said, hey, I need 4,500 for this program, can you do that? Not only can we do it, we can have you a sample back in days. Whereas when you have to work over, a lot of companies are used to having to try to do this, and then they have to go back to their contract manufacturers in China and get a sample, approve it, then go into production. That can take anywhere from 6 to 12 weeks sometimes, where we're going to be able to do custom runs, custom color temperatures within a matter of days to at least get you samples, and then within possibly a week to 10 days go into full production for you.
Yeah, one of the things that is a real advantage of working with Principal LED over a lot of other companies, and we get a benefit, we pass that benefit along. We're buying LEDs, we kind of take a sliver of that. Not only do we get that sliver in 6,500, that 3-step elliptical band, these other color temperatures are also available in that same 3-step elliptical band, which means we can do short runs, sell the product, have a year later, 6 months later, somebody say, I need some more of it, and sell the product again, and it's going to match. This is a big deal because a lot of low-cost providers out there are not providing that level of binning, and your cost that you eat down the road becomes significant because the color temperature shifts. I mean, you'll see some guys that say on their data sheets, even on the bags that they ship, this product is 77,000 Kelvin, and it doesn't even say that on their spec sheet, but when you get the product, it says 6,500 to 7,500. Well, that's a pretty significant variation, which is visible potentially, depending on whether you get lucky or not. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, so our Kelvin temperature is going to be very consistent, very spot on, no matter what Kelvin temperature you choose. But 6,500 is going to be our base, and that's what's going to be readily available in stock out of the gates. But keep in mind, we can do whatever color. Again, fastening, you can see it's got a screw hole, but obviously peel and stick. And we always make a recommendation that if you're not using the mechanical fastener, that you use a silicone or something else to help offer the adhesion. I mean, we use the best VHB tapes out there, but as you know, gravity can win over time. So we always recommend that there's additional silicone used. Again, input's 24 volt. And again, we already talked about the max mods in series. We operating temperature all the way down to -40 C, as high as 60 C.
And a good point on that. The reason keep in mind that these products that we provide, these are LM80 tested at significant current levels and at temperature levels above standard operating temperatures. So having that aluminum PC board that's exposed on the back really provides the premium level of heat dissipation that I don't think very many, if any, other LED module providers are providing aluminum PC boards, and that level of heat dissipation. So just a point on that allows us to really achieve those types of results and LM80 results, which means very limited lumen depreciation over an extended period of time, even at higher temperatures. That's why we offer and have been offering on this product, but on some of our other products as well. With these aluminum PC boards, we offer a 10-year warranty.
So a couple other things to point out on the at the end of these sheets is the packaging. We sell it by the case. That'll be up to the distributor whether they break cases and sell by the bag. But I know many of them do. And then obviously it does operate off of a 24 volt power supply. And the protection grade is IP67. And one thing to notice on the spacing, all these modules have the exact same wire spacing of 1.67 mods per foot, fully stretched, except for the small. That is a tighter wire spacing for those shallower type applications. And then the last point is the warranty. This carries the same warranty as our Quick Mod series, which is really the best in the industry at 10-year product and 5-year limited labor. And then as you look at your recommended coverage chart, you can see these are guidelines, but we have tested, done thorough testing in our facility, in cabinets, as well as channelators to make sure that these coverage charts are accurate. Now, I know some companies just look at the coverage charts and do their own, but y'all know about our options. I think most y'all do with our LED Wizard and layout options that we have. So all these, if you use our online tool or Easy Layout Builder, all these guidelines will be plugged into there, so you can select that module and it'll do the layout for you based on the recommended coverage chart.
Sorry for that little loss of sound. I think we're back up. We're working on our social distancing and not trying to get too close to this microphone. So thank you guys for letting us know, but we should be back up and going.
Do you know where we left off?
It was just a very short period. I don't
okay.
think we missed.
Okay. So just real quick, how to distinguish Patriot from Quick Mod? It's the Quick Mod does not have any markings on the back of the release liner.
On the release liner,
yeah.
Whereas this has a blank release.
Yeah, this has a clear, just a clear release liner, so we can print on it. Versus a Quick Mod has the 3M logo on there. But you can see, as I mentioned earlier, kind of talk about what this means. Derek, do you want to tell them what this?
Sure. So as you see, you got 3 lines there. You got the T-LED M. That is just letting you know that, first of all, obviously, Principal LED made it. The M and the L are going to be small, medium, and large. XL would be for the extra large, self-explanatory. The 1020 underneath is our date code. You might be inclined to think that might, could be October of 2020, but that actually is the first 2 digits are going to represent what week of the year those were produced, and then the last 2 will represent the year. So it helps us dial in and keep track of any, if something happened to go wrong, we'd be able to track down exactly what batch it could have been, if it was a one-off, if we need to do anything else, to look into it. We have that quality assurance built in just with something that easy. Last line, 24V, just to indicate that you need to use 24 volt power supply, and the 65K will be an indicator for the CCT. One other, a big indicator between the Quick Mod and the Patriot 2 comes back to that gray wire. All of our 24 volt products, which right now just consist of the Patriot line, are going to have a solid gray wire for the negative. Standard Quick Mod, which will be 12 volt, will have white with a black stripe.
Perfect. So one thing that we're doing with our, well, actually, Laura, why don't you tell them what we're doing with some marketing data sheets and catalogs and so forth?
Sure. So we've taken in a lot of suggestions from you guys and put together these smaller booklets of data sheets. So we'll have a channel letter, a cabinet sign, and so forth on these booklets, so that you can have all of our product lines in that same line, depending on what your solution is. So the one on the screen includes the Patriot series, the Quick Mod family, and our Street Fighter family, and you can find all of those spec sheets in one piece. If you all need any copies of these, please reach out and let us know.
So a couple other, I guess, housekeeping things here. We have some additional upcoming webinars I want to make y'all aware of. We're doing just our growth in the LED Wizard field is just going crazy right now. We've, I think, signed on since we launched it over 1,000 new users. Both, that's for the new LED Wizard 8 platform, but then we're doing continual training, like, for example, on April 1st with the Power Flow. April 8th will be a signed cabinet layout class. April 15th will be a file import and data cleanup, and April 22nd is the production edition webinar. So if you have some of your designers and estimators that are using this and need some additional training, they can log on to these webinars. But again, we have a whole team built around this, and they can get immediate support if needed in the interim.
Yeah, one comment, Blake. All of these webinars relate to how to utilize in your sign shop the desktop version of LED Wizard 8. One change we made when we acquired Aries Graphics and integrated and kind of took over production of the Wizard is we made it free. So it's a free download. And this is, for guys in the shop that maybe want to import their own artwork. There's no need to send it to us and wait. Once they're trained, you can turn around your layouts immediately. And let's say the artwork's a little more complex than what you can do with our online version. It'd be great to get your estimators at this class. They'll learn a whole lot. Power flow's great. The last one on April 22nd, if you go to all these, you really know how to really use and be a solid user of the product. But the production edition's something that we haven't emphasized. It is a pay-for service, but it's relatively inexpensive, and it allows you to take that data from LED Wizard and export it to your router or to other things, so you can kind of start integrating. From your estimate that you get, you can take that estimate and use it as a production tool on the shop floor. So I just wanted to point that out.
And we'll be sending follow-up emails out to each of you that will include links to register for all of these webinars. So if you're wondering, how do I register, that's coming to you after this webinar today.
And then one other thing, at this year ISA, we plan to have a huge launch around a new partnership, but obviously that's been pushed back. So we went ahead and want to get that information out. We're aligning ourselves exclusively with a company called Crotech for their control and integration capabilities as it relates to RGB. Obviously, we have a lot of RGB systems for signage and architectural effects, but as you get into high-level DMX control and different things, that takes a special level of expertise, and Crotech is one of the leaders in this space. And again, they're our exclusive partner for the sign industry. So we'll engage you with them. If you have some really high-level RGB applications or things that you're looking to do, just reach out to us, reach out to Derek, any of our engineers. They'll assess and help you evaluate what you're trying to do, and then we'll bring in Crotech if we need to get their expertise in there. And so it's been a great partnership, and it's allowing us to do a lot of neat and new things as it relates to color changing. Couple important contact info, anything layout support, sales support, you can see those email links or phone numbers to reach out to. And then obviously we all like orders, so that's how our distributors, I think, know how to do that already. But and again, any pricing that you need, I think what you're going to find out with this Patriot series and this 24 volt is that it is, if you're already using a 24 volt system, let me say this, if you're already using that 24 volt system and you like it and you like what that allows you to do, then I think you're going to see significant savings with our 24 volt system over a lot of the competitors. So reach out to your distributor, get some pricing, and we'll be ready to fulfill orders going April 6th. I think that's it, guys. We'll open the floor for as many questions as you have.
So we have a question about the components. Are the components sourced overseas? If so, how will that affect lead time or custom color temperatures in manufacturing?
Yeah, so great question. I appreciate whoever sent that in. When you look at the module that's manufactured, we are dual sourced on, there's several components. The LEDs we can get from, specifically for Patriot, we can get from either Korea or mainland China. So the LEDs, there's no infrastructure really in the US for the actual LED itself, but the PC boards, we have sources and suppliers in Asia, as Taiwan, as well as the United States. All our wire is sourced domestically. It's actually sourced out of the state of Texas. Our plastic is also sourced domestically. Our tape that we're using is sourced domestically. All of our resistors are sourced domestically. I mean, well, I say they're distributed domestically. Many of those are produced in various places overseas. So we haven't seen any real slowdown. I mean, the great thing about having, if you guys remember, one of the things that notice we really do well is value-added assemblies, and it started with our stick products, and it allowed us to build a lot of custom solutions in a just-in-time manner. So all of these, we're going to be applying that same concept to modules as we continue to scale our production here. So the idea is that you're not waiting a long time for custom items. But yeah, the LEDs are all in stock. We haven't had any disruptions really in our supply chain. We were hedging going into this period with Chinese New Year anyway. And, we carry, I think we have about, at retail value, we probably have somewhere between 15 to $20 million of retail product on the floor. So we make a heavy commitment to inventory. We know that we need to support our industry.
As do our distributors.
And so as do our distributors. That doesn't include what they have, but I'm just talking about what we have on our floor to backfill.
Yeah, so great question. I think the key takeaway from that is, look, what we say is made in the USA with some domestic and imported parts. And those domestic, there's only really two parts. It is the LED, but again, we've hedged on big reels and we have all that in-house to make these finished goods. And then some circuit boards, basically.
Yeah, the circuit boards vary. Yep.
Yeah.
Will this product be offered in additional colors, red, blue, etc.?
Not now.
Yeah, so this product takes a pretty specialized type LED that's available in only white, basically. What we're looking at doing is looking at some other options to be able to possibly do 24 volt in some of these colors, but that's still not ready yet. As this evolves, I'm sure at some point in the future we'll have some like a red or a couple standard colors available in 24 volt. Right now the colors are only available in 12 volts. White is all that we're offering under the Patriot platform in 24 volts.
And are there any plans of mounting the Patriot on a stick?
Hey, we're like the state fair. We always joke about this. We'll put anything on a stick.
Yeah, I mean,
but right now we really feel like we have the right solutions. We have a 24 volt solution already in a stick called which is our Pinnacle stick. So really, I think to get I'm not sure there's going to be a lot of value there now, but look, I will say this: if we had an opportunity for a program or there was something that it made sense, we're always willing to consider that, because again, we do that value-added assembly right here in Texas, and we can look at that.
Yeah, and keep in mind, both our tap out and our Pinnacle are both available in 24 volts, even single or double-sided. So, already today we've got 24 volt stick solutions.
Going to Crotech, is Crotech UL listed for use with signage?
Yeah, so when you're talking about this DMX control, there's not a lot of UL availability for signs. They have certain components that are, but across the board, if you go buy a full DMX control system right now, you'd either have to work with them to get an exemption. If you're doing a project that big, you probably need to get someone from UL there present. We can help coordinate that to get them to sign off on the project. But yeah,
a lot of their components already are. They took that into account when they came in with us. So they're not going to say every 100% of the time, but they made strong efforts when they approached us to make sure that they had all their ducks in a row, and that was one of them.
And but I think the question was, are they in the SAM manual?
Oh, there a couple of the things are, yes.
Yeah, and we're working to add more. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. So over time, we'll work on doing some multiple listing with them and make sure that those items do get in the SAM.
Well, and when we do that webinar, Kurt will be here and he'll be able to speak more to that and what they're doing on their end too. So we'll have more answers later on.
Okay.
How will you track warranty? Will it be based on time of manufacturing or time of invoice issued?
Time of manufacturing. We work right off the date code. It's too complex to worry about invoice issued. Now we do have when you do file your warranty, with us, there's a warranty registration form, and that really kind of officially sets your warranty. But in general, when it comes to RMAs, if there's a bad LED,
It's simplest for us to go on the date code on the back. That being said, your official warranty starts when you file your registration form. So, whether you get 10 years and 2 months or 10 years, it's, depends, it could vary a little. If you don't fill out a warranty registration form, then we default back to the date code.
Will the Patriot series replace any current product lines?
No, absolutely not. I mean, we're not. Now we have, as we've evolved products, we have moved certain products into legacy category on our website to make it cleaner, so that it's easier to find certain more up to date and current products. So you can go back and find our Fusion and some of those that we did 8 years ago in our legacy category. But again, as I said earlier in the presentation, this is not to replace any other of our existing module series. 12-volt systems, 24-volt has a place and has a niche, and we just wanted to offer our customers that felt like they had a need for that, a solution.
Now, what I will say is, if there are customers using Street Fighter that have been happy with it, this would be a good opportunity to transition, and they want to look at 24-volt. From a cost standpoint, they're probably not going to be that far off, and it gives them an opportunity to reduce the number of drivers they need in certain sizes.
Yeah, that's a good.
Some sizes it doesn't make a difference.
That's a good point. So I would say anybody that's using Street Fighter might really want to look at this as a replacement. Now, I do want to point out that this is not as inexpensive as our Quick Mod series, but it's not too far off, and I think you'll find it a significant savings over any other 24-volt system that you've been using.
Brian, do you mind just clarifying, when we say that we're manufacturing these products in the United States and there are some components that are sourced globally, what do we mean by that?
Okay, so if you'll go to we'll send out the video link so you can see our actual manufacturing facility. We start with literally raw components, raw LEDs. We have $1.5 million fully integrated SMT line that's in a clean room. So we populate the LEDs on the boards. We take the boards, we slit them, we break them down. We actually, we do full 100% in-circuit test. We have robotic soldering machines that solder the wires. We have robotic wire cutters that cut and strip and tin the wires. We have 14 transfer molding machines that overmold around the product. So we are literally manufacturing it start to finish. This is about as high. If you go to any other LED module manufacturer, everything that they're doing, we're doing, I would say, and then some. I mean, we have two $80,000 QC and R&D, and one's in R&D, but setups to do, quality control and quality assurance checks. We have temperature ovens for doing burn-in testing and accelerated life testing on our units. So I mean, we made about a $3.5 million capital investment, and we added about 40 employees that we have, and as we continue to scale, we'll be adding more.
All right, I think that's all of the questions that we have for now. If you all think of other questions later, please feel free to reach out, respond to the follow-up email that we send out to you all. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you guys on our LW8 webinars weekly, and the RGB capabilities webinar at the end of April.
Excellent. Thanks everybody for joining.